Okay, so I wanted to get the subtitles so I can read off what she said.
Leaders Summit, President Biden's expected to express support for the African Union to join the G20 and to push for the United Nations Security Council to include a permanent member from Africa. Axios is also reporting Biden's planning his first trip as president to sub-Saharan Africa next year. The Washington summit comes as Africa faces numerous crises, from the climate emergency to political instability. Over the past 2 years, there have been coups in Mali, Sudan, Burkina Faso.
So there's been coups in Mali, Sudan, Burkina Faso, and Guinea. Okay, there's been coups. So let's go back and see where these countries are and what part of Africa it is, because it's not sub-Sahara. Okay, so it's in Western Africa. So there's been coups in Burkina Faso, right? She said Guinea and Mali. Okay. All right. So, and guess who is leading these coups? This is in where hold on. This is in Western Africa. Okay. And let's see who's leading these coups.
Trained officers led several of those coups.
She said U.S. trained officers led several of these coups in Africa. So a coup is like a takeover. That's like they're taking over the countries. The coup is the takeover. Okay? So who are they taking over? Let's see.
4 nations were not invited to the Washington.
4 nations. There's 54 countries, and 4 of them wasn't invited. I wonder why. What did we say? Let me guess. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let's see what the 4 nations are that. Let's see if we can try to guess what 4 nations wasn't invited to Let's see what 4 nations wasn't invited. Let's see. There's 54 countries. Let's see. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back. Cause she's gonna say it, but I want to go back. And where is it? Oh, where is it? Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where they talk about Morocco? Haha, right here, right here. Okay, so Morocco. She's gonna talk about Egypt. But I want. So this is Northern Africa. Okay, so you have Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Sudan, and Tunisia. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 countries. 4 wasn't invited. Let's see who the countries are. But I'm gonna keep it on here. Let's see who the countries are.
Summit. Neither was Eritrea or leaders from Western Sahara, which has been occupied by Morocco since the 1970s. One prominent African leader who will not be attending this week's summit is South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, who faces possible impeachment over corruption allegations. The summit comes as the U.S. continues to expand its military presence in Africa.
So these countries that's been occupied by Morocco was not invited to this summit. Okay?
Biden recently sent U.S. troops back into Somalia, reversing an order by Donald Trump to withdraw troops. We're joined now by...
So Donald Trump wanted to withdraw troops from this Africa, and Biden's ass reversed it.
Guess. Lena Ben Abdallah is an assistant professor of politics at Wake Forest University in North Carolina.
Okay.
She's the author of Shaping the Future of Power, Knowledge Production, and Network Building in China-Africa Relations. And Samer Abalushi is an anthropologist at the University of California, Irvine, focusing on policing, militarism, and the so-called war on terror in East Africa. She's also a contributing editor for the publication Africa is a Country and a fellow at the Quincy Institute. Her forthcoming book is titled War Making and World Making. In August, the professors co-wrote an article titled Biden Administration Needs to Match Rhetoric with Action on Africa Policy.
Okay, she wrote a book stating that Biden administration needs to match rhetoric with action on Africa policy. Okay, listen to this, sister. Listen to her. I need you to hear this. So I'm going to go down to 335. Okay, listen.
Be attempting to demonstrate that it respects African leaders as equal partners, that it respects the sovereignty of African states. We can expect to hear a lot of talk about shared goals on issues ranging from...
Talk. She's talking about we can expect to hear them say, oh, we respect you, we respect you, we respect you, we respect... You don't fucking respect them. Shut the fuck up. You don't respect them. For real. So that's all the rhetoric. We respect you because we want something from you. And we just heard this Jean-Pierre disrespect this African guy and not answering his questions. Oh.
Peace and security to democracy.
Peace and security to democracy. But you just told them that if you side with them, we're gonna take that cereal and peanut butter away. If you side with them, we're gonna take it. I'm sorry, we're gonna take that bread and that bread and milk away, so you can't eat your peanut butter jelly and your cereal. But peace and democracy? Are you kidding me? Really?
Development and climate change. And all in all, I think the U.S. is hoping to signal that it is doing something new and different here when it comes.
I'm going to get into this bill that they wrote and how they're bullying Africa. But she talking about they think that they're doing something new and different. What the hell you doing new and different that you didn't do a couple hundred years ago to the black slaves? And you're bullying them now. What are you doing different? You told them if you only could buy grains and what did they say? What was it? Grains and what? Grains and fucking what was it? Fertilizer. You just told them they only could buy grains and fertilizer from Russia, and if you buy anything else, we're gonna sanction you and take all our shit that we done gave you. We're gonna sanction you. You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting that milk and bread to feed your kid. If you go and buy cereal and peanut butter and jelly, but you're talking about something new and different. But you're bullying them and threatening them, and then you wrote this bogus-ass bill? Are you serious? Like, really? Oh, I got a headache.
To U.S.-Africa policy in the sense that it is taking African states seriously as geostrategic players in their own right. Now, when you look between the lines, you'll see that there are tensions that remain with...
You fucking right, there's tensions.
Tensions between this rhetoric and mainstream thinking in Washington, D.C., And I'm thinking here especially of Congress, which continues to be dominated by Cold War thinking that views Africa almost entirely through the lens of security and through the lens of geopolitical rivals. And here I'm thinking specifically of Russia and China. We can take the example of a bill that was passed in the House earlier this year, almost unanimously. This bill was called Countering Malign Russian Activities in Africa Act.
Okay. Countering Malign Russian Activities in Africa Act. This is the bill I was talking about that was unanimously signed by the House, okay? Unanimously. That means across party lines was signed, okay? I'm going to read some of this raggedy ass bill, okay? I'm going to read some of it. I'm sorry. HR 7311, okay? An act, okay? So Section 1, short title. This act may be cited as the Countering Malign Russian Activities Act. What does that mean, Marcy? Sugar Mama? What does that mean, Sugar Mama? Section 2, sense of Congress. In this sense of Congress, that the United States, in the sense of Congress, that the United States should regularly access the scale and scope of the Russian Federation influence and activities in Africa that undermine United States objectives and interests. Who the fuck? Did you understand that? Did you understand it? You want me to read it again? Sugar Mama, read it again. I'm sorry. I need a drink. I'm sorry. I would drink some wine, but I gotta go to work in a few hours. Because this needs some wine. In the sense of Congress, that the United States should regularly access the scale and scope of the Russian Federation's influence and activities in Africa that undermine United States objectives and interests, and determine how to address and counter such influence and activities effectively, including through appropriate United States foreign assistance programs, and to hold accountable the Russian Federation and African governments and their officials who are conflict in abiding such malign influence and activities. Who the fuck do you think you are, the United States? Okay, I'm gonna break this down. I gotta break it down so y'all can understand it. Okay. I'm gonna break it down. Okay, so I'm the United States. Okay? I'll play the bad guy. And I'll play the United States. Okay? And I'm talking to you. And I'm saying to you. Okay. So I need to monitor the scale and the scope I need to monitor your ass. We're gonna use the store owner. Remember the store owner? Okay? We're gonna use the store owner. Okay? I need to monitor you when you go to the store, why you're going to the store, what time you're going to the store, why you going to the store, what you gonna buy in the store. And if it, because I'm pissed at the store. I'm pissed at the store owner. So I need to know when you're going to the store, what you're buying from that store, because I'm pissed at the owner, how long you going to be in the store, and what you talking to the store owner about. Are you talking about me? Okay? Because I need to monitor what you doing in this store. Wow. Didn't I just tell you you only can go in there and buy milk and bread? That's it. So why are you going there, and why does it take you so long to come out? Because I'm waiting in the car for you. Why does it take you so long to get out the store? What you in there for? You've been in there for about 2 seconds. I need you to hurry up. I need you to hurry up. I need you to hurry up because I don't like the store owner. And I remember I let you borrow that money. And the only thing I told you to buy, and you ain't listening to me, is milk and bread. Fertilizer and grain. That's all I'm telling you to buy from the store owner. Okay? I didn't tell you to go in there and buy cereal and peanut butter and jelly. This is all I told you to buy. And you got a nerve to disobey me? The all-powerful United States? I told you not to talk to Russia, Africa. I told you not to talk to Russia. And is Russia influencing your activities that undermine the all-powerful United States? Let's take it to the store. Is that store owner doing shit to undermine me? Are they undermining me? I need to know what's going on when you go into that store. I need to know what's going on. And I need to determine how to address you and counter the influence that this store owner has on you. I need to counter the influence and activities that this store owner is engaging in with you. I need to know. I'm all powerful United States. I need to know what activities and influence that Russia has on you, Africa, and I need to monitor that. Okay? Including those appropriate United States, including through appropriate United States foreign assistance program. So, okay. I have. So you're in the store for too long. I need to know what you're saying, who you're saying it, how you're saying it. If it undermines me, it's going to be a problem. Okay? I need to know what's going on. And if you ain't telling me what's going on, that means you're undermining me. Okay? And I got, and only who I approve, for you to go into, if I approve somebody, they're allowed to go in the store with you. The people that I approve to go in the store with. You can't go in with someone, anybody you want to go into the store with. No. Only the people that I approve you to go into the store with. And if it ain't them, then, bruh, you ain't going to the store. You are not going into that store because I do not like that store owner. So if I say you ain't going to the store without my partner over here that I pre-approved, then you can't go into that store, and you can't, and I don't want you to buy nothing else in that store. Because if you go by yourself, you only can buy milk and milk and bread. That's what I tell you can buy. Okay? So that's pretty much what the United States is saying to Africa. I had to break it down. And then they got a nerve to go on to say, okay, and to hold accountable the Russian Federation and Africa government. So they're saying that I'm going to hold you and that store owner accountable. And I'm going to hold you, the store owner, and whoever goes in the store with you, no, I'm sorry, and the people that work in the store, I'm going to hold you, the owner of the store, and his workers accountable. That is in conflict with me. Okay? I'm going to hold you guys accountable. All of y'all. All of y'all. This is the bill. This is some shit. I'm going to hold all y'all accountable because it's conflicting what I say. What I say. Who the fuck are you? OMG. Okay. If that wasn't enough, how long is this damn bill? It ain't that long. But I'm not going to read all of it because that right there, enough said with that one right there. You're going to bully these fucking countries that who don't have shit. You know what I'm saying? And what pisses me off is Africa, you deserve some of this. For real, you do. You really do. You really, really do. Because your fucking leaders are greedy. Some of them leaders are fucking greedy for money. And you don't need them. You don't need the United States. Say fuck no. And I applaud the ones who said fuck no. Greedy mofos. Section 3. Strategy and Implementation Plan Report. My mouth is getting dry. No later than 90 days after the date of the enactment of this act, the Secretary of State shall develop and submit the appropriate congressional communities a strategy and implementation plan underlying United States effort to counter the malign influence and activities of the Russian Federation and its proxies in Africa, including programs and other incentives designed to 1. Strengthen democracy, strengthen democratic institutions, improve government transparency and accountability, improve standards related to human rights. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. I'll wait for you to get it. Labor and anti-corruption. It's another one. I'll wait. Did you get it? Human rights. Human rights? You got a fucking nerve to talk about human rights and anti-corruption initiatives? You committing, you look what you're doing to us. You got nerve to talk about human rights? Shall I name them? Sugar Mama. Shall you name them? George Floyd, Tamir Rice. Should I finish? Should I finish? I don't even. It's not even it. Mike Brown. I am just so, and you know our brothers and sisters. Sarah Bland. You know our brothers and sisters, God rest their souls, who passed away so violently. And I got to know to talk about fucking human rights, labor, and anti-corruption initiatives in Africa. Let me move on. Fiscal transparency. Monitor natural resources. I'm just so fucking aggravated right now. Monitor natural resources. It's coming. It's coming. Remember that. Monitor natural resources. Remember that. When I get to my brother Phil, Uncle Phil. I can't even finish. What, hold on. What's this damn word?
Extract.
Extract industries. Extract industries. So monitor natural resources and extract industries and other tenets of good governance, and monitor, report on Russia's political influence, disinformation, operations and activities of Russia connected or Russian funded private military contractors in Africa. Do you know what's really sad about this? It's because Biden's going to get a lot of our military people killed. A lot. Russia don't fucking play, for real. You got the audacity. First of all, you fucking ignore Africa. And she's going to get into it. She's going to really get into it. But I had to read some of this act. And you can read the rest of it because it's giving me a damn migraine. Here it is 1 o'clock and I'm still on this video. And I started at 8. So if you want to read the rest of it, please get some milk and magnesia because you're going to need it. And some wine and some beer and some weed and whatever else you're going to need to get through this shit. Okay? So I'm going to go back to our sister. And she's going to break it down. Because how dare you? How fucking dare you? Okay?
Continues to be dominated by Cold War thinking that views Africa almost entirely through the lens of security and through the lens of geopolitical rivals. And here I'm thinking specifically of Russia and China. We can take the example of a bill that was passed in the House earlier this year, almost unanimously. This bill was called Countering Malign Russian Activities in Africa Act. And the title speaks for itself, right? The objective of this bill is to monitor and effectively police Africa in its relations with Russia in terms of the kinds of agreements and partnerships that it might enter into. And some have interpreted this bill as an explicit response to, and in some ways even a form of punishment of African states.
Not a form of punishment, it is. Who the hell do you think you are? Like, you formed a whole damn bill because you don't want Africa to deal with Russia. When you fucking gave Africa your whole ass to kiss. Forever and ever. But because China and Russia is going into Africa and building shit, you got a nerve to get mad, and you continue, even up to this Jean-Pierre, give Africa your ass to kiss. And you got a nerve to have a whole bill? Come on, Africa, come on. You need to say, fuck you. Get with Russia, and you want to go to war? Okay, because they don't want to go to war with Russia and China together. If you're going to be with them anyway. Don't be scared of the United States. They ain't shit without us. If you have us, you wouldn't be in this mess. Come on, Africa. Get your life together. Get your shit together.
Or the way in which they voted at the UN General Assembly earlier this year in the wake of Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine. You may recall that a good number of countries abstained in that vote. African states represented about half of those countries that have...
So, like she's saying, like I said before, United States is mad because Africa didn't co-sign with them to condemn Russia for invading Ukraine. Fuck Ukraine. I don't have to side with you. I don't have to. What did they do for Africa? But throw their people out when it was when Russia came and invaded them. They threw they didn't even want to help them get out the country. Russia had to come and rescue some of them African people, them African students. But they don't tell you that. So of course they're going to be like, I'm not siding with you. That has nothing to do with me. Of course they're going to say that.
Roughly 17.
And another thing, you took in, how many Rwandans you taken? How many Tutsis you took in when Hutu invaded Rwanda and killed a million Tutsis? How many of them have you let come in this country to seek asylum? How many of them have you? When they had the apartheid? How many of them African countries did you let come over here? But you did it for Ukraine. How much money did you send over to Rwanda when their country was being devastated by war or apartheid? How much money have you sent? But now you give what is it? 55 billion? Because you want something from them. Ask the question, what do they want from you? And you know what they want from you because it tells you in that bill, natural resources. They want that shit because they know that Russia is getting it. China is getting it, which shouldn't give them asses nothing either. But still, don't give it to America. They don't even want you here. Their press secretary is disrespecting your people. And she ain't even from, she's immigrant herself. Biden's giving you his whole ass to kiss. And then he's bullying you on top of that. So, okay, let's get it. He's bullying you with this, Linda Green, okay, with that disrespectful shit she done said, okay, about the food insecurities and all that, okay, disrespectful. You have Jean-Pierre, the press secretary, don't even want to answer their questions, and this was 2 weeks before the African leaders came to D.C. So. And then you killed their leaders, and then you had a coup against them. Come on, get your life together. Really? The United States is giving Africa their whole ass to kiss, and you got a nerve to sign this shit because you're scared? Scared of what? What they gonna do? What you gonna do? Come on with it. Sugar Mama said, come on with it. What you gonna do? If they come invade your country, go to China, go to Russia and say, hey, listen, United States is trying to invade us, and like I said, they're gonna get a whole lot of people killed. This was a bad deal. This was like, let me put it in plain terms. This was like you getting a rotten cheeseburger from McDonald's, and you smell a McDonald's. Oh, it smells so good. Smells so good. Oh my goodness. When I go on McDonald's, my mouth is salivating. I'm hungry because I ain't eating shit, and I'm hungry. And I go into McDonald's smelling all fucking good and shit, and they give you fucking moldy bread, moldy buns, and a burnt ass hamburger that and that they left out, hard burnt, that they left out for a week. That's the deal that they just signed with them. Okay, I had to break it down for you.
And the U.S. was extremely frustrated by these developments and failed to take.
So these African countries said, "Fuck you. I'm not siding with you," and they were pissed. The United States was pissed. So now they bullied them. Sent this one in there, the old nigga looking like a damn gray-headed grandma. Okay, sent her in there to bully them. So when they didn't listen, they signed. They unanimously signed this bill, and I'll put it up here. Really? Okay.
The extent to which African states were making this decision on their vote based on their own geopolitical interests. The U.S. ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas Greenfield, went out of her way to talk down to those African states that abstained.
I told you.
To chastise them, to tell them that, they don't seem to understand.
She said she went out of her way to talk down to them and chastise them. Went out of her way, and I told you about that shit that she done. I'm gonna put it up here. Okay, I'm gonna put it up here. Okay.
The seriousness of what has unfolded, and we can see this kind of similar patronizing language evident in the text of the bill of this Countering Malign Russian Activities Act, in the sense that the U.S. presents itself as wanting to, quote-unquote, shield African states from the, quote-unquote, malign activities of Russia.
So they're saying, what she's saying is they want to, quote-unquote, we're going to shield you. So, we're going, even though we're giving you the rotten hamburger, and I told you, you better not talk to that store, but it's all in love. We're gonna shield you, and we're gonna take it, and we're gonna make sure that, that Russia is not gonna take advantage of you and give you their whole ass to kiss like us. Who? And we're going to bribe you with a whole lot of money.
Now, at no point...
Because we know some of you leaders are greedy.
Do they define what constitutes malign? But the U.S. positions itself as morally superior and as well-placed to, lecture...
So she's saying is United States think they're more superior. And they do. White supremacy, superior... These dumbass Africans, that's what they think, dumbass Africans, they're going to fall for it. Because all they want is Cadillacs and Mercedes. Mercedes, because that's a lot of them over there. They're going to go for the okie doke.
States in their relationships with other powers. Now, we've also seen African leaders push back, right? A number of them have called out precisely this bill for the degree to which it is an insult to African sovereignty.
Some of them push back. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Push back. Fuck you. No, we ain't taking that disrespectful bill, that disrespectful ass U.S. ambassador, Green, whatever the hell her name is. Fucking disrespectful. Who do you think we are? We are royalty. We come from kings. We come from vast empires. Who do you think we're talking talk to? We don't need you. Who you think you're talking? Disrespectful. Who you think you're talking to? I just broke that down.
And I think we can expect in the coming days that even as many African leaders play along with the rhetoric of shared goals and with the rhetoric of equal partnership, that behind the scenes they are deeply aware of the unequal power dynamics that continue to shape U.S.-Africa relations.
I love that part. Oh, let me break that down for you. So she says, even though they, basically, yep, with all the rhetoric United States is spewing to them, yep. But deep down, they know the unequal power dynamics that continue to shape the U.S. and Africa. U.S. and Africa. Let me let you hear that again.
As wanting to, quote unquote, shield African states from the, quote unquote, malign activities of Russia. Now, at no point in the bill do they define what constitutes malign, but the U.S. positions it.
So she's saying, I missed that part. So she's saying it doesn't define what constitute malign, but
as morally superior.
Okay, so it doesn't define what malign is, but the U.S. position itself as morally superior, white supremacy, like I was saying a few seconds earlier.
And as well placed to, lecture African states in their relationships with other powers. Now, we've also seen African leaders push back, right? A number of them have called out precisely this bill for the degree to which it is an insult to African sovereignty. And I think we can expect in the coming days that even as many African leaders play along with the...
So she's saying, even though, like I said, they're saying, we'll play along with this rhetoric, because we're here in the United States. We'll play along. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We'll play along with this damn rhetoric, but don't get it twisted.
Rhetoric of shared goals and with the rhetoric of equal partnership, that behind the scenes they are deeply aware of the...
Okay, so she said, even though they're playing along with this rhetoric, but behind the scenes they were like, who the fuck they think they talk to? This is behind the scenes. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm just reenacting what's going on behind the scenes. Who the hell do United States think they're talking to? They came from us. We are the motherland. We got what they need. Hold on, I'm cleaning my glasses. Who the fuck they think they're talking to? With this disrespectful ass bill, your disrespectful ass press secretary, your disrespectful ass U.S. ambassador, your disrespectful ass government, just disrespectful. We're smarter than you. Your own people here in this country don't even want to vote for your ass. You done did too much. It's too damn much. And the balance is okay. It doesn't add up. Like the girl said, the numbers don't add up. It doesn't add up that I'm making 20 million. I'm making 200,000 a year, and you making 20,000 a year. But I'm not gonna go buy that house. But I want you to go buy it. You go buy that house. I'm not going to buy it. But you go buy it. Unequal. Okay? So this is what she's saying.
Equal power dynamics that continue to shape U.S.-Africa relations.
I'm going to go back to Monday's news briefing with the White House.
Okay. So let me go down to... Okay, it's right here.
Where National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan took questions about the Africa Summit.
As China looks to increase its influence on that continent, I'm curious, will the president seek to deliver any kind of message or word of warning to these African leaders that Beijing, whether it's through their financing or economic or military aid, is not in fact a faithful ally or partner?
This is going to be about...
Okay, so listen to how he answers this question. Okay, I gotta, hold on. Let me see if I could pull up. Hold on. I want to see, I'm seeing if I could pull up the transcripts of this, because I don't know if you can hear what he's saying. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can. Like that. See, on my phone, I could pull up the transcripts of this. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the transcript on here. Okay, so let me go down. Okay, here it is right here. So right now they're at okay. Because I want to read it before because I don't know if you can hear it. So at 7:07 7:07. Okay, so it says, and I'm going to let you hear it, but I just wanted to read it first. Okay, so it says, so Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, took questions about Africa's summit. And the question was, as China looks to increase its influence on the continent, I'm curious, this is a reporter, a white reporter says, I'm curious, will the president seek to deliver any kind of, hold on, if I'm off frame, I'm sorry. Okay. Because I'm looking up, so, in my glasses, I gotta look up. So it says, will the president seek to deliver any kind of message or word of warning? Word of warning. Word of warning. Remember that. Word of warning to those African leaders to the African leaders, right? So they're coming to this country to talk about, oh my God, the disrespectful continues. The level of disrespectfulness is just unfucking real. Okay? Okay? African leaders that Beijing, whether it's through their financing or economic or military aid, is not in fact faithful allies, a faithful ally, or to be about what we can offer is ongoing to be a positive proposition about the United States partnership with Africa. It's not going to be about other countries. It's going to be about lioness. Okay, so let's go here. Hold on. Let's go right here. Okay, listen.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan took questions about the Africa Summit.
As China looks to increase its influence on that continent, I'm curious, will the president seek to deliver any kind of message or word of warning to these African leaders that Beijing, whether it's through their financing or economic or military aid, is not in fact a faithful ally or partner?
This is going to be about.
Okay, so you heard, I read it to you and you heard what he said, right? So let's listen to what this Sullivan guy had to say. Lies.
It's going to be a positive proposition
Lies.
about the United States' partnership with Africa. It's not going to be about other countries. It's not going to be attempting to compare and contrast. It's rather going to be about
let me let this guy finish.
the affirmative agenda that the United States has to bring to bear with Africa.
Did he just sit there and lie? After we don't like you don't think we can read for real? You don't think Africa? Do you think Africans are dumb? You don't think they can? I think they don't think Africans can read for real. Or what? Or have a TV or a computer or any modern technology. Really? You really sat there and said that? After all this disrespectful. Okay, let's finish.
Professor Lena
I
Bedovilla,
digress.
if you can respond to this, and you particularly look at Africa when it comes to the relationship between China and Africa, and if you can include that in your response.
Okay, I'm gonna go down to 1239. Go back a little bit. Okay.
Agenda. I wanted to also mention something very briefly, which is to say the timing of this summit is really interesting.
So she says the timing of this summit is really interesting. And listen to what she says. Take a listen.
We first heard that the U.S. was interested in hosting the second edition of U.S. African Leaders Summit back in October. This was actually scheduled to take place in October at the tail end of the United Nations General Assembly meeting in New York.
Okay, so was she saying that this summit was supposed to take place in October after the United Nations General Assembly meeting? Now remember, at this United Nations General Assembly meeting, the African countries told them to fuck you. Told United States, fuck you. We're gonna go over here. Fuck you. We're gonna go over here. Russia invading Ukraine don't have shit to do with us. So this meeting was supposed to take place in October. It did not take place until December. I wonder why. So they pushed it back. I wonder why. So if this was supposed to take place in October, what happened in October? Let's see.
But what happened was the Biden administration chose to push back this meeting to December and host leaders from the Pacific Islands.
Boom! Biden chose to push this meeting back to December, only to host the leaders from the Pacific Islands. Who comes from the Pacific Islands? Who's the Pacific Islanders? Who are they? Sugar Mama, break it down. Let's see. Let's look up the Pacific Islands, okay? We got to. I'm sorry. I know this is a long video, but I'm going to break it up. Okay? So let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, so first of all, while this is gearing up, we know the Vice President Kamala Harris is a Pacific Islander, right? Right. And what was that little law that they passed that they didn't give us? What was it? Let's look it up. Was it the anti-Asian crime bill? Yeah, that's what it was. It was yeah. The anti-hate Asian crime bill that he signed through executive order. Okay, the hate crime bill, the anti-Asian hate crime bill. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay, that he didn't give us, and we are the most hated group in the world. Huh. Just proves it. Oh, but we're talking about United States. We are the most targeted, killed by cops, killed by all the white people, just killed by anybody. Get called niggas and everything else. Get discriminated against with housing and everything else. Okay. So let's see what makes up of the Pacific Island. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh shit, no, I don't want that. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I can't find that World Atlas one because that one was a good one for Africa. We're gonna just have to. Let me see if I can put. Okay, let me see. Okay. Okay. So, who is in this group? Okay, who is in this group? This Pacific Island. So they have the Pacific Island and Australia map. Okay, so let's see who's in these groups. Okay, and this is gonna be fast because I'm not going into all of them. So the Pacific Island and Australia, which is Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Marshall Islands, Solomon Islands. You have a bunch of other ones. Some of them are Asian countries. I know that. Okay, so you have what is it? Hold on. I need to. Okay, so you have I'm trying to pull it up, but I can't because I can't see all the so they have the Anti-Asian and Pacific Island Act. You can't discriminate against them. So he just signed this into executive order. Okay, so these are the people that they had the meeting with. The Pacific Island, that part, not the Asian part. They had it with the Pacific Island part. Okay, so they just signed, like I said, they just signed a bill. Signing a bill talking about Anti-Asian and Pacific Island Act. Hate bill. Okay? Hate crime bill or whatever. Okay? So, let's get back to this. So they pushed Africa back to meet with the Pacific Islanders, okay? Which they just, like I just said, he just signed he's just signed into law the Asian and the Pacific Island hate crimes bill, okay? Hate crimes act, okay? So let's get rid of some of these because I don't need them no more. And I'm getting ready to tie this up. So I'm getting ready to give it to you in a nice, neat little bow. My computer wants to slow down for real. It's not me, people. It's my computer. Hold on, I'm gonna come back to you.